you know what? You are not the thinker of thoughts. Thoughts just appear and they pass. It's nothing that you do. For when you think you are the thinker, then before you start thinking, you have to think, now I'm going to think this thought. And now I'm going to think that thought. It's impossible. So you see, thoughts just pass by. Let them go. They won't harm you. They are not yours. They are depending on circumstances. You are free as can be. This world where we live in appears out of our mind. But that's not truth. It is not a materialized world that came out of our mind. It's just thoughts about a materialized world that are existing in our mind. It's not manifest. When you dream of going on a holiday and you walk on the beach of an island, you have all the things that are on the island with you, around you. The sound of the waves of the sea, the cool breeze, the warm sun, sound of the palm trees, and the taste of good food, of ice cream. All that is where you are in your dream. But it is not materialized. You are not walking on the beach. It is an idea. Everything in the idea seems real, but you can never see yourself there because there is no materialization of what you dream. So that's the same with this big, great dream of the world. It is a creation in the mind, but it is not a manifestation in the mind. So whatever you feel and see, it is not manifest. You taste it, you feel the wind, you walk on the path in the park or in the street, you go shopping. It is all it's idea, it's thoughts. It is in your mind that you go to the shop, in your mind that you take the stuff home. It is in your mind that you go back in the house. It is in your mind that you start making dinner, but it is not materialized. It is in your mind that the food tastes good, and you sit backwards for the television, and it's in your mind that you see the movie on the television where people are walking on an island with the wind in their hair and the sound of the waves. You see? It's the same manifestation, but it is not materialization. It's not the reality. In reality, there is not a single thing. This makes me so happy to know that there is no thing. I am not materialized. I am an idea of that power inside which manifests ideas and then goes into its own idea. But to become aware how that feels and how that is. And when it knows how it is, it quickly goes back to that place here where there is not a single thing existing. Inside there is nothing, and that's your safest place. It's not safe because you were attacked in that dream world. It is safe because it feels home. It feels so good to be the self before it starts making up stories. When you find out that the stories are just stories and not reality, where better can you be than in your real self? And that's where you are now, and you have never left it. There was never a materialized world with cars and planes where you traveled and found things and didn't like things. It was never existing. It is not material. It is just an idea in the mind of the self that you are. You prove it in the deep sleep in the night. There is nothing. You still are very much alive. And in the morning it starts over, this idea, this, well, you know it. Now this here, it's idea, it's dream, it's creation, but it's not ever has been reality. Happiness is there. Who says that it is the reality? When you step out of your bed in the morning and you feel the ground under your feet, you go to the bathroom, turn on the water. If you do that and you think about something totally different, oh, I must hurry, I have to go to the dentist and I'm late already. I hope my bicycle is okay and it's not raining. When you do that, when you think that, you don't feel the ground under your feet. You don't brush your teeth, go to the bathroom. You do it, but you don't notice it. So, what is the reality? You feeling the water of the shower, or the thoughts that make you think, I hope I will not be late. There is something that is not real. But both of it is not real. You have the idea, you notice that you come out of the bed. But who says that it is the reality? Isn't it just something you notice in your mind? Because you don't feel the ground when you think of something else. And when you feel the ground and under your feet when you go out of the bed, and you don't think of the dentist where you have to go, is that the reality then? You see, it is very difficult to make it clear that both of it is only in your mind. When you think of where you have to go, you don't feel where you are. And when you feel where you are, you don't think of where you go. So there is only attention for one thought at the same time. at a time. You cannot split your thoughts into feelings or awareness of both feeling the ground, the gold floor where you walk on, and the thoughts of what you are going to do. It's only thoughts that dance through your mind. One moment it is the touch of the floor, and the other moment it is you see yourself outside in the going and hoping there will be no rain, or the dentist will not hurt you, or whatever. Doesn't matter, but you only can be there what you think at that time. Doesn't it mean it is thought? It is not a reality at all. When you are somewhere and you don't think about it, is it there? Only when the thoughts point at it, and then the other thing drops away. You see what I mean? It is just only mind. It's the same way you cannot look at two movies at the same time on television. That means you cannot have attention for two objects at the same time in your mind. Doesn't it mean that one object drops away when there's the other in awareness, and that drops away when the other object comes? Doesn't it mean that all is just attention in your mind? Yes, of course. Everything plays only in your mind. And in the deep sleep state, where there is no mind, no dream, there is nothing, no object. And that's the greatest peace we long for. That's the self, without distraction of objects. That's what you are, and nothing else exists. You are a movie in your own screen. And behind the screen, it's your reality, and that's empty. And all the rest is imagination, manifestation, but not materialization. It's not there. It has no substance. It is just thoughts. And now be happy. And there's another thing to it, to this whole imagination. When you are, you know that you cannot think two things at the same time. That there is no real awareness and attention for one thing when you think about something else. That means that you can play with that thoughts that arise. For if you don't like the thoughts about, say you have pain, that's in your mind. But when you have a strong will, the willpower of your being, which you really are, if you have that developed, you can change the thoughts, because all is just in thoughts, in awareness of your mind. You can change that from feeling the pain, thinking that you feel the pain because you think it, and you think of something else that cannot be at the same time in your awareness. If you are strong enough, developed a strong view of reality, you know both are just appearances in your mind, in your thoughts, in your awareness. The pain in the body, and then the thoughts oh, it's nice weather, I will go out and enjoy nature. If you have that power, why don't you use it? Train it, because you think that your thoughts are real and they exist, and as materialized existence. So if you know it is not really there, it's only thoughts, then you can change the thoughts. You know what I mean? You have that power. You have the power of make your own body in materialization, in existence. And you have the power of understanding, and you have the power of feeling your body. And then there is this pain in the body. It's also only in the power of yourself that it can arise. It's not really there, but because the body is not really there. It's materialization, but it is not really material. It is mind. So when you have pain of the body in your mind, change the mind. That's what you can do. That's the power that you have inside. You created the body by thoughts. And then you started belief so much this reality of the body, which is not real at all, but for you it is so real that there could be things happening. It's aging and it's tired and it's painful, but you can withdraw your thoughts from that object. It's just object in your mind, the whole being. So you can withdraw your attention from this object and think about something else. Think about what you really are. You are this free state with nothing in it but tremendous ultimate bliss, because you know you are not that manifestation. You were never in a material body. It never existed. It was just thoughts in the screen of your mind, like the movie on the television, or your dream of the vacation on the beach. It's not really there, and this is not really neither. So how can there be pain in a body that does not exist? There's only the joy of existence, but the existence is not is. It is not going out. Exit. Its exit is from out of your mind. It exists. It exists. It is not existing. It's still here inside. You never were out. What a blessing. Nothing is real. For when you see one thing, you don't see the other. That means it is only in your vision, in your attention. When the attention changes, the vision changes. That means that what changes is not real. It is image. One image is placed by the other. It's a question of where your thoughts are, where your attention is, and where your mind is. One moment you see this, next moment you see something different. It is just in the mind, vision, image. It is not materialization. It's not really there. In your mind is no real material. It's vision. It's imagination. You can never think your thoughts. They are not yours. They come up and they leave. disappear. And if you think you are the thinker, that means that you have to think thoughts before they arise and then choose, now I will go and think that thought. Oh no, I go and think that thought. That thought I will think later. Now I will go and think this thought. It's impossible. You cannot choose your thoughts. Then you had to know them before they were there in order to choose what you would think. You see the nonsense of the mind? It had fooled you so long. The mind had fooled you so long. Don't listen to it. Just be and enjoy what is. People don't know that the thoughts are not theirs. It's not your thought that comes up. Have you ever thought about that? No, it didn't come up. But I will show you what it is. Thoughts arise. That's circumstances in your life that hold you bound to certain things that happen, and the thoughts about it arise, and you get them to work with, and so you are bound. But if you let the thoughts just pass by, nothing happens. They are not yours, and they will disappear. Like a cloud in the sky is not yours. It comes by and it disappears. When you think the thoughts are yours, that you are the thinker, look at it, what that means. It means that you have to choose the thoughts before they arise, before they are known. You have to choose the thoughts. Okay, I will choose that thought now. I will go and think this thought. Oh no, I will go and think that thought. I will think this thought later. That means that you would have to know something what is not there and then choose it. How can you choose something which didn't arise yet? See the ridiculousness of that fact that you think you are the thinker. If you know that, you have the peace of the world, because it is not your doing, thinking. And if you think so, that you are the owner and that you can rule and control the thoughts, you are stuck to something which is not yet known and just arises, and you stuck yourself to that idea, and that's why you are so in suffering and in trouble. You lost your life in something that just passes by. How painful is that? How that must hurt. You see the little children play. They don't have that idea that they are the thinker. They enjoy life. And then the society and what we are doing takes over, and we force the child into our belief, which is totally wrong. We have to wake up. Let things be. And there is your freedom. It is free now. You cannot think what you will think in a minute, because that thought didn't arise yet. So how can you choose to think what is not yet? Well, you can understand it. That is not with the mind. Understanding is with the deep knowing inside. There all wisdom is hidden behind you person thinking you are the doer, you are the thinker. You spoil your life by not knowing, by unawareness and ignorance. So now become free of that. Let it be. It is not yours. Freedom for you. Happiness, joy. That what you see outside is the same fantasy as that what you see inside. It's the same consciousness on the same mind screen. Outside or inside, it's all fantasy. Do you realize how the mind plays with you and fools you? Because you think you are the thinker of the thoughts. No, impossible. Thoughts just come up and disappear. They arise and they go like a cloud in the sky, nothing to it. But your mind says, this is mine, I have to do something with it. But it is impossible to think your thoughts. That would mean that you had to know your thoughts before they arise, before they came up, and you had to choose, I will think this thought and I will go and think the other thought later. You see how ridiculous it is, the mind fools you so long. Well, finished. Let it pass like a cloud and you are free. A child have never such things. They just be and they are alive and happy. And we think we have to be in control. That's the mind that appeared, and we followed the mind because we are taught to do so. But see, open your awareness, the consciousness, that it is impossible to think your thoughts. You are not the thinker of thoughts. You are not the actor of the actions. You are not the doer of the doings. It is completely free. It is out of your hands. And it is not to be afraid. The mind will be afraid because it is disarmed. But your heart and your soul and your being will be so happy and free if you only understand that all appears and you are the witness to free happiness. No, it's not possible. I am not going to think my next thought. It is just something that comes up, and the less attention I give it, it will appear without a trace. Freedom. Don't believe your thoughts. They just float by. And don't believe your body, because that's solidified, compacted, hardened thoughts. And you believe the body with your thoughts. So where does that leave you? In a miraculous imprisonment of illusion in Maya. Once more, don't believe your thoughts because they are not yours, they float by. Don't believe your body because it is a conditioned, hardened, solidified thoughts. Your body is a hardened thought. So much thought that makes it compact, and now it's a body. It became a body with feelings, but it is only thoughts, because when you feel one thing and you think about something that passes by, that takes your attention, you don't feel that one thing anymore. So that feeling is a thought. and thought passes by. So stay free. It is as simple when you know what is going on. But you don't know, you just follow your mind into this world of illusion, and then you suffer. But now it's time to get out and stay your reality, see the happenings, enjoy the happenings, but don't mess with them, don't mix and mess with them. Then you are the freedom that you have so long been looking for in that illusion. Okay? Be happy. There's nothing existing but your true, real being. And there's no form, no body, no thought. It is free of all that. Happy, happy. You very well know that before you went into this body, you were free. You were in the realm of space, formlessness, not having any form or thought or anything. You were free. You were floating in the state of your own being. But there is this thought, this mind coming, and it makes you feel go into a body, into the world. Probably because there was not the total realization of your soul when you were in that free state, and there had to be done work to be done to make it free of the karma, because the soul is free of itself, but in birth and birth and birth it makes karma. It's an ignorant, it doesn't know, and then in another birth it starts to, you as body, mind system starts to discover that there is karma weighing you down. So you work it away, but in one life it can be too much. So when you die and you go back in the free state, there is this bliss of freedom, but after a while there comes this feeling it's not done yet. I must go down in another body to finish it, to go totally free in the state of bliss. So then there is this mind coming to say, now go in a body, go to the parents down there and finish your job, your work. And that's why you have now a body, because your mind said, go down and finish the job. So it is, this body is from the mind. And as a little child, you are free of all thoughts and you enjoy the life, but there is this deep knowing inside, oh yes, I came here to finish the job. And you don't literally understand it, but this feeling inside makes you change, you do good work and try to get wisdom and to meditate, and in this way you can finish the job of the karma, and then there is still this body going on, this mind going on, but there will be so much wisdom poured in your being, because you have no karma, you have no ego left, you have no wishes left to get something. You are totally open and free, and this wisdom pours in you, and it makes you see what you are, that you in fact you are mind, you are thoughts, and the thoughts are not yours, they are from this great space that we can call God or self or light. And now you finished the job. You are light and you have reached the God. And if life goes on or it stops, it doesn't matter a tiny little bit, because the light is in and there's nothing to do. And that's the bliss of the last years of your life. Maybe you can give it on to others, but that's not your goal. It's just that you know this is only mind. This here is now wisdom. It began with the feeling there is work to do. And then there came this body. And this body is now seen as thickened thoughts. And thoughts are not yours. So don't keep your thoughts attached to the body, because then there is the double play of mind. You are attached to the mind and you are attached to the body. But that's now, it's by wisdom, it's dissolved. There's no more attachment. There's just the bliss of being. And maybe there's the wisdom. The words will spread. Well, it just comes up. And I'm very grateful for being finished with my karma and still here to spread the love and the wisdom for the ones ready to dissolve in love and light, and others that will follow. Blissful, blissful, blissful. As usual, after this wisdom coming through, I listen myself to what was spoken. And when I hear that, I feel that, the truth, then the crown chakra starts to vibrate through the skull of home feeling. This sensation is the soul is glowing and it is vibrating, and there's only this God being making itself knowable, and that's what this life is about. To reach the God inside so that he can be in his full potential in you. That's the bliss of Satchit Ananda. Satchit Ananda, to be and to know. And then there's this bliss. Oh my goodness, my goodness. I give you the most happiness you can ever have by this beautiful wisdom that just comes and spreads itself. Be blessed.